The only thing left to do is to solve these corners. And this step here, what you want to do is you want to get any one of these corners in the right spot. At this point, your cube could be in a ton of different positions. There's not like one set thing that will get it right. So you have to use a little bit of intuition, but it's not that hard. So I want to just pick, in this case, since some of these may already be solved, but in this case, since none of these are in the right spot, I'll just pick one. Orange, white, blue. Here it is right here. So I need to get this from here to here. What you want to do is, this algorithm I'm about to tell you is, it makes this corner go here, this corner go here, and this corner go here. So it just rotates these three corner pieces. So you want to hold, usually if you, at this point you may have one already solved. If you have one that's already in the right spot, or rotated the right way too, just hold it in the back left corner, and like this, and then it will rotate these ones until they're in the right spot. And in this case, since none of them are in the right spot, well then, what you want to do is find where, if I did this algorithm once, it would make one of these cubes go in the right spot. So like I could do it here. If I did this, it would make this go to here, and that's, as you can see, that's in the right spot. I'll just do it for this one. Okay, so the algorithm goes like this. R prime U F U prime R U F prime U prime. And that put that here. Now it may either, see how it's rotated so it's the right way, it may not be rotated but in the right position, but that doesn't matter because that's the final step, as long as it's in the right spot. Now that we have one that's in the right spot, we want to hold it so that it's in the back left corner. And now we want to rotate these three until they are in the right spot. So using that same algorithm, you just keep doing it until they're rotated into the right spot. R prime U F U prime R U F prime U prime. Well, that was lucky. That solved the cube. Sometimes that can happen. What normally happens though is you will have all the corners in the right spot, but not necessarily rotated the right way. Let me just do something. Crap, I'm going to have to re-scramble the cube. I'm going to have to re-scramble the cube and quickly solve it so I can show you guys, because that will most likely not happen. So let me just quickly scramble this. I'm recording on my iPhone, so I can't cut this part out, unfortunately. I mean, actually I could if I had some kind of like movie maker on my computer, but I'm not very good at that stuff. I'm just recording it on my phone, and then I'm just going to put it right to YouTube. So, okay, now that it's scrambled, let me just quickly solve this. You can watch, and you can see what I'm doing. I can sort of go over it quickly. Right now I'm just solving the green cross. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. No, I mentioned. Say this is already solved. Say it's green here and yellow here. Actually, I can just do this real quick. Okay, if it's like this, and you need to get this into the bottom layer, so you want to rotate it like this, get it in the bottom layer. Well, that messes that up. It's all you do is you just rotate this down, over, and rotate that back up, and that's in the right spot. Or you got this in the bottom and you didn't mess that up. Bring that up, solve the corners. Okay, let's see. Now, I'm actually using some shortcuts here when solving these first four corners, but because this is just a beginner's tutorial, just use that algorithm I told you, the one that goes R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, and you just keep doing it until it gets in the right, until it's in the right spot. Okay, let me just, this is a new cube, and I didn't have time to lubricate it yet, so I can't go very fast. By the way, this is just a beginner's tutorial. It's not, you're not going to be able to solve the cube in like less than 30 seconds. But if your cube is well lubricated and you have fast enough fingers, and with a little bit of luck, you can solve it in under a minute, which I have done. So okay, here we go. Perfect. So everything is solved. Got the blue cross. These are all lined up. This is in the right position. So hold it in the back left. Now we need to rotate these three so they're in the right spot. Actually, they're already in the right spot. But say this needed to go here, and this needed to go here, and that needed to go here. Then I would just do that algorithm, and these would rotate around until they're in the right spot. Now that these are in the right spot, you may have it so that like these two are solved, or these three are solved, or these are solved, or they're all solved. Or you may have it that none of them are solved, but they're in the right spot. What you want to do is you find one that's already solved, and if none of them are solved, then you just pick any corner to start with. You find one that's already solved and hold it in the back left, and then you just want to go right across, and you just want, actually, well, what you want to do is hold it in the upper right here, and start with this unsolved one in the lower right. Now, if this one's already solved, then you would just rotate it so that you go to this one. You want to just, I don't know how to explain this. You really just have to, if it's solved, hold it in the upper. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it so that, like, in any case, you can just follow what I'm saying and it'll be right. If you have a solved corner, hold it in the upper right, like this. Go straight down to this corner. If it's solved, rotate it counterclockwise. Go to this one. If it's solved, rotate it counterclockwise. And just do that until you get to an unsolved corner. In this case, it's this one here. And all you want to do is holding it like this. This is the front face, like I've said before. Do that same algorithm. It was the first algorithm I taught you. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. And you're going to have to do it a different amount of times based on where it's positioned. And keep doing it. Now, even though it's in the right spot, you have to make sure you complete the algorithm by turning that bottom layer that one last time. That's that last D in the algorithm. And then what you want to do is, holding like this, you want to turn the top layer, the upper layer U, counterclockwise until you get to the next unsolved corner. If this was solved, I would just turn it again until I got to that one. In this case, it's unsolved, so do that same algorithm. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, D. R prime, D prime, R, and D. You got to finish off with that last D. Even though it was in the right spot after the R, make sure you rotate the bottom that final time. Same thing, now rotate the upper face one time, or not necessarily one time, counterclockwise. Like that, and until you bring the next unsolved corner in front of you, and do this. This will be the last one. It's that same algorithm. And you're going to want pencil, and I probably should have said this in the beginning of the video, you're going to want pencil and paper to write all these algorithms down as I read them to you, or tell them to you. And after you do that, then after it's in the right spot, you just spin the top layer until it's in the right spot and the Rubik's Cube is solved. I tried to explain it as best I could. If there's any parts of it that you are confused about, where you didn't understand or you're stuck, then just leave a comment or a video response. Actually, just leave a comment, and I'll try to make. I could probably make a video and showing you exactly what you need to do, or I could try to tell you and I could try to reply to your comment and let you know what you need to do to fix or get past where you're stuck. That's about it. Thank you for watching, and bye.